I want to talk a little bit about copper as well. That's one of the trace minerals. And if you remember, or if you've seen the other videos, we have macro minerals, just 7 of those that we need in very large quantities. The rest of the minerals are trace minerals, and you need them in very small quantities. So when we talk about copper, it's a little bit similar to the way we talked about iron. There is a movement in the integrative health space to supplement with fairly large amounts of copper. And the reason that that is concerning to me is that we know that the testing for copper, which is blood or urine levels of copper itself, free circulating copper. We have another test which actually measures your ceruloplasmin, the protein that carries copper to the tissues when it's needed. Those 3 tests are highly inaccurate. And we've proven that in research multiple times. And the problem with trying to decide if you have copper deficiency versus toxicity is our body is this really complicated machinery. And yes, you have copper in the blood and you have the ceruloplasmin, which is the protein floating in the blood, but our body works very, very hard to keep what's in the blood at a balance level, that homeostasis. So it's going to shuttle things to different regions. And we have no real way of knowing how much copper is in your liver or your brain or your cerebral spinal fluid, because that's some of the places, also muscle, that your body will store copper. And what's concerning to me is we do have research that you have high levels of copper in the brain and the cerebral spinal fluid in neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's, ALS, which is Lou Gehrig's disease, and Parkinson's. So I think we have to be very judicious and very careful about supplementing with trace minerals and in particular copper, because we don't really have a good window to peek in and know exactly how your body is distributing and how much copper you have. And if we're seeing excess amounts in neurodegenerative diseases, that needs to have us take a pause and maybe be a little more careful about how we're supplementing or looking at copper. Of course, you can get copper. There are copper-rich foods. And most of the time, if we get something directly from nature in whole food form, it becomes pretty difficult to throw your body completely out of whack in any particular vitamin or mineral. So I definitely encourage a diverse whole food diet where you're getting some good copper. If for some reason we really feel like you're deficient, then increasing those copper foods.